To get to the summit of this mountain, there's no tracks, no trails, nothing to show you how to get up there. You got to find your own way up there. The way we're attacking it is we're going to follow this creek for probably about 2/3, 3/4 of the way up. It's a lot of rock hopping. It's going to be a big mission, like a lot of grinding, a lot of hard work, slogging it up this creek. We've probably got like at least half a day of just rock hopping up boulders. Hang on. Down a little bit. Yeah, that's him, yep. It's about 9 o'clock now. And so far, we've been slogging about 3.5K. Been grinding 2 hours now. Still got pretty much all day to go. Let's get it. We've come to this real tricky section in the creek here where like you can't actually keep going up the center of the creek. You got to go up the side, and there's this proper, probably doesn't look steep and hectic on camera, but it's like straight up for a couple of meters. I got your back foot here. Right? Yep. One bag to go.
A little bit higher. Yeah. And grab him by the bottom.
Alright, that's both our packs up there. Now I just got to get myself up.
Very nice.
Little berry here.
Yeah.
Wonder if it's edible. Only one way to find out. You only, you only die once. Time is about 10 to 11. We just pulled up for about 5 minutes, gonna have some snacks and that. Got some dried apricot, banana chips, muesli bar, the classic. We're definitely starting to get up the mountain a fair bit now. We're gaining like a solid amount of elevation. We're probably at about nearly 400 meters, which isn't that much, but it's better than where we were at the start, which was ground level, so we're getting somewhere. In distance, we're about halfway. We're not quite halfway as far as elevation goes, but look at where we came from. That's the ocean out there. Blue, sun is shining, and then check out where we're going. Up that valley there, where it's just all cloud. Like, the peak is up that way. It's totally capped with cloud. That's definitely not ideal, but we're just hoping the sun's just gonna burn it off, or like overnight the cloud will disappear, we'll have a mad sunrise or something. That's the fun of sending it when it's not perfect conditions. You just don't know what you're in for, and it's that suspense of not knowing that makes it so thrilling. On our left hand side, just like a sheer rock wall, and you're just in this like narrow valley. It just looks like something out of a movie like Lord of the Rings, or yeah, it's just wild stuff. Makes you feel like you're just in another world up here. Alright, so we've made it to that point in the creek now where we can't keep following the creek up any further. We've got to branch off, start heading up the ridge. Before we do that, we're going to pull up here, have some lunch, fill up our water. We've got to fill up like an extra 6 litres. So to put things in perspective, when we were slogging it up the creek to get to here, we had the weight of our pack with only 3 litres of water in it. Now I'm carrying 9 litres up to the summit from here. So that's an extra 6 litres, which is 6 kilos worth of weight more from here on out than what I carried to here. So at the point where we branched off the creek, we'd done 6.5k and it took us 6.5 hours. We're about 2/3 of the way in distance, but only half the way in elevation. So this last third, we've got to do half the elevation gain. Look how dense this vegetation is. Up to your chest. It's like this level. Right now I'm sitting in like this bit that's been padded down, but like, put it out here, up to your chest. And you just gotta work your way through it. We started way down there. We went all the way up that valley. Now we're up here. The summit is in our sight. And the views now, fuck, nearly rolled back down the hill. The views now are getting so fucking good. Like, look at that. At the start of the day, you looked up to these mountains and they were just like completely capped with heavy cloud. And now, look at it. It's literally perfect conditions. Just clear all around, as good as you could want it. So stoked with this weather right now. It's Jurassic, prehistoric. Those are the only words that I can think of to really describe the place. I wholeheartedly love this place. Like, I'm so deeply passionate about this place. Been wanting to do this mission, camp overnight at the top of this mountain for pretty much as long as I can remember. Like, since I could comprehend that it was an achievable thing to do, and I knew that it was doable, I've wanted to do this. What a feeling. What a fucking feeling. Finally get here. I'm so keen to take this pack off. 4:30, 4:28 on the dot. Time of arrival. Fuck yeah. Plenty of time to set up and get ready for sunset. There is not much spots to set the tent. Like, look at this, it's all just vegetation. Like chest height. Everywhere you walk, so thick. This is hectic. So yeah, might be a bit of a struggle trying to find somewhere to set the tent up, but need to get that done so we can like actually relax, have a bit of a feed and then enjoy sunset. plan for today is to go find some water, because that 9 litres we carried up here, that's not going to be enough for 2 nights, and we got another night tonight up here. Get that over and done with first thing. Before we do that, we're just going to have some brekkie. We had breakfast sitting right here with these views. Check this out. It literally just feels like another world up here. The serenity, it's this peaceful bliss feeling you get up here. And then later on, we've just got like the full day just to chill out. Gonna go for a little explore around too and try find like some good spots to get more photos on sunset and sunrise tomorrow. Find some cool like rock ledges and protruding rocks. Keen as for today, and I'm so glad we got 2 nights up here, because we get this full day today just to chill out and explore around, and that's what makes it worthwhile. We don't have to spend a whole day getting up here and then just turn around and go back the next day. On a mission now to try find some water. So we're just gonna follow like the little valleys down from the summit until we find some fresh running water. And we know from looking at the terrain on our way up yesterday that there's definitely some water that runs right up close to the summit. So hopefully we shouldn't have to go too far down to find some nice clean water. Just down around here somewhere, we seen like a wet rock and it looked like a puddle on top of it. So we're just gonna chase it down and hopefully find some fresh water there. You see here, we got this, just a small little steady stream running down the rocks. Fair bit of algae in that. And there's another stream on the other side. One there and one there. And we're just gonna go just up there to where the 2 little streams join together, so there's going to be double the flow and double the cleanliness of the water pretty much. After we got back from our water supply mission, we just had a feed for lunch, and then we've just been sitting out here on this rock doing absolutely nothing except chilling here, enjoying the view, just taking it all in. Going to scope out some spots to shoot for sunset. We've got one shot lined up here and it's locked in to shoot for sunset. I'll show you what we're working with. We've got these massive boulders that look like giant pillars, and then at the bottom they got that ledge sticking out which you can get on if you walk like down this steep grassy hill, and then you can walk like up in this like little gap there and get on top. And yeah, that's basically the frame there, like having this massive rock wall in the edge of it, then that little platform just like sticking out leading into them insane mountains in the background. Well, it's the next morning and look at this. The exact opposite of the conditions we had yesterday arvo on sunset. It's even just started to rain, so everything is just like wet and nothing is gonna dry because the air is so humid. Even before it started raining, you could feel water droplets in the air as the clouds like blowing through the top of this mountain. Friggin' crazy mountaintop conditions up here. Gonna hang around for a little bit It's 10 to 8 now. We just got to be leaving by about 10 o'clock. That'll give us like a good 6 to 7 hours to get down to the bottom. So up on this mountain here next to these giant rocks that are on the summit, the stainless steel canister, where it's got a little notebook inside, and people who summit the mountain can record the date they done it and a little note on what they thought about it or their experience of the journey. I came here to recharge my soul. Amazing, spectacular, something. But yeah, it's a pretty cool little treasure up on this mountain, and we're gonna make our entry in the book for this trip and then put it back under the rock and leave it there for the next keen hikers who come up here. 2-night summit mission. First 2 days were prime, clear conditions, beautiful scenes every step of the way. Last day now, packing up in very cloudy, windy, wet conditions. As intimidating as it seems, we are humbled by the chance to experience Mother Nature in all its glory.